Hello and welcome to what would normally be the start area for Remembrance Run 5K.
Delighted to be here on this beautiful, bright morning to remember my son Niall and everybody who's passed on.
And of course, as every year, we will pause now for that minute silence that was so much a central part of Remembrance Run every year. It's as central as ever today, 1 minute silence. Thank you. And so it's time to take off, and this is normally the route and heading off on the 5K. In normal times, of course. But I'm only thinking this morning, how this whole idea came about. And it came about because a dear friend, Con Houlihan, and I was going away to the 2012 Olympics, and I went in to see Con in St. James's Hospital. And I suppose he might have been, as he said himself, on the last slope. I knew that he wouldn't be with me when I came back from the Olympics. And the morning we heard about Con's passing, I was with Brendan Mooney of the Examiner. And we looked at each other and we said, there's more important things today than the Olympics. We're going to take time, we're going to take about an hour and sit down, have a cup of tea and talk about Con.
I think I would be delighted to see so many people and so many young people. He just loved that. I think it would really please him.
This event is basically about people taking time out of their busy lives to remember the important people.
One of the great things I think every year was watching, and it was very poignant but beautiful as well, watching people write names on the wall of remembrance. And that would be full to capacity every year. We've had to make that wall bigger and bigger every year, where people are coming and putting little messages up there. Just behind me at the entrance, just as we go down the hill, turning into the Furry Glen, just reminded of Our Lady of Victory's choir that was there every year. And they were there to lift us as we went down into the glen and when we came back up out of the glen with almost the finish in sight. And what a great lift that gave everybody. Well, those falling leaves are golden now. And that was a great line that Noel O'Grady came up with. And another line in it, in the song, says, as long as I'm remembered, I will never die. And I believe it's a primal need and a wish we all have to be remembered, even in some small way, to be fondly remembered.
I once was asked how I would like to be remembered. My answer was just to fondly be remembered. So as we walk, we will gently sing our song and share our joy that for love will live on.
So come with me and we'll continue on our journey. Well, every year in Remembrance Run, with almost the finish in sight, I always stop here for a couple of moments to remember John Oliver McHugh, who, in a race here 5 years ago, I think it was a half marathon 5 years ago, he collapsed and died. I walk this road every day. As I pass your shrine, I silently pray. The tree, the place John ran his race. A reminder to all how life can be short for one so young and gifted in sport. I walk this road every day, and every day I silently pray. Rest in peace, John. Just a little pause and a detour off the Firs Road here with the deer in the background as well, remembering Pat Hooper, only a few weeks gone from us, suddenly but gone from us. And there'll be a special candle lighting for Pat today at the virtual Remembrance Run, because Pat gave heart and soul to athletics. He was an Olympian with his brother Dick. They ran in the Moscow Olympics, a man who ran miles and miles and miles around the Hill of Howth in his time as well, and who gave us so much as a volunteer after his running days were over. He gave heart and soul to Raheny Shamrock Athletic Club, to the wider athletics community all across Ireland. And on behalf of Athletics Ireland, I want to say to all of the people in the running community and to his family, to his son Dave and to his daughter Brona, and indeed to his brother Dick and all the extended family, our heartfelt thanks to Pat for everything he ever gave us, because he was a volunteer to the very last. And the candle today will be special for him, the Remembrance Run candle. So on behalf of Athletics Ireland and the broader, wider community in athletics, and also to the broader, wider community all over Raheny that he served so well and for so long, we remember Pat Hooper with really, really great fondness today.
It's a 5K, which is lovely of a Sunday morning, but add to that the atmosphere. I ran with a woman for a while, her name's Michelle, and she's running with her 6-year-old son Sean and her 10-year-old Kira.
All about remembering those that we've lost and those that have gone before us, and I think it's critical that we never lose sight of that and keep those people in our memories.
You know, I've been at a lot of races, but this one, there's something special about it.
It's just that you're not on your own. There's so many people here, all for different reasons.
I'm Marie McCourt. I'm the wife of Pat McCourt. And we were running today, weren't we, honey? Yeah. Just in memory of him.
Well, the finish line, or what normally would be the finish line, with thousands of people flowing along, walking and finishing. But we're not in normal times at the moment, but let's hope we will be in normal times, or something near normal times, this time next year, because we all have to keep that light of hope going. And next year will be the 10th anniversary of Remembrance Run. And that is really something to look forward to. But today is going to be very special, because you will always remember the virtual Remembrance Run, the very first, and we hope the only one that we have to do, virtual Remembrance Run, because don't we all want to get back in the park again for next year? So celebrate your own gift of days, the remembrance of family and friends dear to you today as well, and have a splendid day walking and running, and come back then and have that cup of tea and a chat.
And we miss him every day.
So we'll go up to the cemetery now. We'll leave our race numbers behind their graves. So it's a nice way to remember them.